Hi, welcome to Sam Outside. I'm Sam and, well, I'm outside. I'm outside learning. Yeah, I'm learning a little bit more about myself, learning a little bit more about nature, learning a little bit more about how to connect. Connect with myself, connect with nature. And I do that by spending time outdoors. And when I'm not outdoors, I can support my learning by doing research. So, making a career out of living outdoors, part of my job is to share what I already know. The act of doing that isn't enough. Working with children and other adults outdoors, I am constantly engaging with people, part of my learning, part of my growth, part of my own development, but it's also sharing what it is that I actually know, and I am surprised daily about how much I don't yet know. So I support that by doing my research. I constantly have young people saying, "What is that?" I don't actually know. Let's find out together. So if I've got an app or if I've got a field guide or if I've got others around me, I'll invite that learning and sharing together. So we'll look it up. Or, right, I'll come back to you later. Very rarely do I leave it alone. That's just part of who I am. I've been a lifelong learner. I went to school to learn how to teach. All right. So I went to post-secondary education, took part in a concurrent education program where I was getting my undergrad along with my teaching degree. And that act of learning and learning how to teach has greatly supported every career. Spent very little time in a classroom other than the requirements of part of my practicum, spending a short stint thereafter, recognizing that the classroom was not the vehicle for my teaching, but switching gears and taking my passion and opportunities in life to pursue a career in camping and outdoor education has been supported by my foundation as an educator, or as what I call it, an edutainer. That's right, putting my two favorite passions together for teaching and entertaining. And the discipline doesn't really matter, right? Whether I'm teaching rock climbing or canoeing or fishing, orienteering, forest therapy, right? So the act of teaching greatly supported my training as a certified forest therapy guide. The ability to connect, understand curriculum, understanding the need, but also the process for scaffolding, teaching and progression, to meet guests and clients at their level, understanding the need based on my career in outdoor education to support my forest therapy practice with concerns around weather, concerns around location, timing, safety. All of these, supports my current career in camping and outdoor education while supporting my own company, my own practice as a guide. But also, for those of you who've been watching this channel, you know that I have my own company as an arborist. I spent some time as an ISA, International Arborist, International Society of Arboriculture, certified tree surgeon. All right, I still do that on my own. Sole proprietor of Canopy, my company. I'm a lifelong learner. And even this, the act of being a content consumer, finding opportunities to take that consumption and turn it into creation, becoming a content creator, just so much learning, all right? Whether it's through the equipment, learning about the algorithm, learning how to speak through this, and then editing and thumbnails and the learning, right? And I hope that if you've seen my first video, literally about 190 videos ago, I'd like to think that I've grown in my capacity to share with more fluidity, with more intention and purpose. I haven't even begun to think about editing. Yeah, if you've also been a supporter of me and my channel, and have had a chance to view, maybe not all 190, but a couple, hopefully you've seen the progress. And I'd like to think that I've come a little way, not a long way, but I do know which direction I need to go to support you as a viewer and to support my channel in terms of editing, in terms of content, in terms of engagement, titles and whatnot. I am a lifelong learner. Even without keeping up to date on current practices and trends, there are industry aspects, no matter what industry I'm participating in, whether it's standards, even equipment, but even supporting practices and curriculum to meet guests and clients at their level, whether I'm supporting a particular lesson with people who are 4 and 5 years old, changing that, having the ability to meet them when they're 15 and 16-year-olds. Hey, engaging a group of young men is very different than engaging a group of young women, and even those that are mixed. So understanding the animal on the other side of my words should have considerations around my timing, my level, all those different aspects, so that I can be the greatest sharer of information possible. I'm constantly learning, not just as a profession, but also as a person. I'll give you, for instance, if you saw a couple of videos ago, I am sharing in a different environment. I'm on holidays. It's a working holiday, right? I'm taking a break from my career as a camping and outdoor educator in one facility. I'm taking 2 weeks holidays to do that for a different organization. I've been introduced to the great sport of hurling. Yeah, wow. Fastest game on earth. Oy. And I'm not as young as I used to be. So the act of running with a hurley, chasing a schluter, learning how to pass. Wow. I'm being challenged physically, mentally, and emotionally to wrap my mind around being a hurler. Just another example. So, still learning how to be a father. Constantly learning how to be a better partner, husband. Still learning how to be a good son. Learning how to be a better content creator. Trying to fit that in with my other hobbies and interests outside of this format. Yeah, I want to add hurling to my list. Yeah, I've had so many great opportunities to find so many other pastimes and passions, feeding my creative outlet, my physical outlet, my emotional outlets, my mental outlets. And a big part of that is sport. That's how I teach. It's how we learn. I like to teach and learn through play, right? And it's not all theory. No, right? I'm a kinesthetic person. I need to do. But a big part of that is sharing, right? Sharing my own physical, mental, and emotional development at the cost of maybe my financial commitments. But it brings me closer to others. And I want to be able to relate to people in their given sport, in their given interest, whether it's about, say I'm outside, sharing what I know about the outdoors, sharing what I'm still learning about the outdoors, about myself, about who we are on this planet as humans, physically, mentally, emotionally, whether that's in the outdoors, whether it's on the pitch, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's you at home. So, the best advice I can give is stay active, spend time outdoors, and find ways to grow, find ways to learn, ways to share. Sometimes the best way to learn is to teach. Sometimes the best way to support my ability to teach is to learn, right? Support my learning, support my teaching through play. And I just happen to be fortunate enough in life to do it outdoors. So don't ever discount, forget, appreciate what it is you're learning every day about yourself, about others, about our place in this world, about outside, about the outdoors. So please, spend more time outside. And while you're there, reflect and appreciate your place in it and what you can do to support others as they grow and learn and share and teach. Thank you for spending time with me as I ramble on about what it is that I do, what I'm doing, and what I hope to continue to do in my own growth in sharing and learning. All right. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. I'll talk to you again very soon. Please go outside. It's so good for us. Thanks. Bye-bye.